Hello all and welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today is my good old Tuesday's rant, and I was thinking to myself about a various variety of entrepreneurs in the world, because everybody considers entrepreneurship to be a trendy thing nowadays. Like 20, 30 years ago, it was considered to be like one of the craziest things ever. It's like the only people who are considered quote-unquote geeks that are sharing a one bedroom or an efficiency apartment can become entrepreneurs. Only people with science degrees or people with engineering degrees and computer science degrees can become entrepreneurs, or people that dropped out of college that were pursuing degrees in those specific areas but decide, hey, I got an idea that's going to make me millions and millions of dollars, so therefore I don't need college anymore, so I'm going to drop out and pursue this dream. But entrepreneurs are all over the world and all over the planet, but it's very trendy nowadays. But a lot of people say that there are a lot of entrepreneurs that are just very depressed, very unhealthy, and always feel like they're just alone because it is a mindset, one, and two, it is a lifestyle. And it's a lot of times trying to find the right people to be around is a very hard thing, especially to have people to encourage you. Because a lot of times when you make the decision to leave your safe/comfort zone and pursue entrepreneurship, people look down on you like it's the worst thing on the planet. It's something you should never do. Some people do, some people don't. It's a mixture of emotions. It's a mixture of feelings that come into play when it comes to entrepreneurship, And hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? So why not? But the main reason why I think for me, entrepreneurship, to me, everybody has their own reasons. For me, it's just about freedom. Freedom from having to wake up at a specific time, freedom from having to deal with the grind of a regular 9 to 5, freedom from having to deal with the rat race, and more freedom for you to just have your somewhat of an artistic expression when it comes to what you are pursuing, what you consider to be the right thing for the business that you own or the businesses that you own. And it gives you the freedom to make better calculated decisions when it comes to your life and your future, whether they work or don't work. Because you have the trial and error mentality, the lessons learned mentality, and how can you go from here mentality. All those things come into play when you're running a business, no matter what business you're running, because mistakes will be made. We're all human. Life's imperfect and humans are imperfect, so it just comes with the territory. But I remember just thinking about Elon Musk, the guy that created PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, and I know there's another one I'm forgetting about, but most people know who Elon Musk is, and but everybody always talks about his successes, but there's a rarity if ever anyone's talking about the downside of his successes. He's been divorced twice, which I know in the United States nowadays is not an uncommon thing. He has 5 children that he rarely gets to spend a lot of time with because he's always working. His mentality is, I put 80 hours in no matter what the circumstances are, but that's what sparks his drive, and that's what sparks his creativity. So everybody's different, and that's what he's even after all his successes, he still has the same work ethic, and he's not going to give it up anytime soon. And then so it's like that question I put out there to all entrepreneurs. It's like, what are you really doing it for? Are you doing it to feel special? Are you doing this to be your own boss? Are you doing this because you believe your idea or ideals are worth exploring and not only profitable, but are your ideals to the point where they could change your community and possibly change the world? So that's one of the things that you have to bring into perspective. But then at the same time, this is just me personally, then you got to say to yourself, well, do I really want to work 80 hours a week? Because for me, the purpose of being an entrepreneur is the 4-hour work week mentality, maybe 8 to 10 hour work week mentality. But for the heck of it, do not want to work 80 hours a week. I don't care. I just don't want to get to that point. It's like, I'm not going to sit around and be a slouch and a couch potato, but working 80 hours a week just doesn't sound too appetizing to me, even if you are passionate about it. life's too short. You got to be able to have some sort of fun in this life, you know. Even when you're on vacation and you're spending 15 hours a day working, it's just like, you gotta, you know. I know with a lot of entrepreneurs, there's no such thing as a work-life balance, you know, because you work every day. But I want to put a couple hours in a day. I don't want to have to put 20 hours in a day, you know. But like I said, that's just me personally speaking. But for the entrepreneurs out there, you just got to really ask yourself, not just from the money aspect. Money's always going to be a factor, no matter what it is. You know, I say ask yourself from outside of the money perspective and the money aspect, why are you really doing this? You know, that's kind of how I look at it. You know, and when you put yourself in that seat and you ask yourself that specific question, why are you really doing it? And, you know, make sure the answer to that question brings joy to your heart, whether that joy is, and let that joy be the same as the birth of your child. You know, the feeling you get when you go on vacation, the feeling you get when you landed that dream job, the feeling you get when you met your significant other, you know, let that feeling play a factor outside of money. Because what people, and studies have shown this too, what they are finding, that even when people land that dream job and they get that dream salary, but then they finally figure out they don't have that dream life. And it's usually hard to get those three things into one: dream job, dream salary, dream life. For a lot of people, they do find that, but for a significant amount of people, the majority, they say, and you can do your own research on this. Don't just take my word for it. This is just from my research. The majority, they say that find the dream job and the dream salary end up not being happy at the end of the day. You know, and they're in an exuberant amount of debt because, you know, I can't speak for other countries, but the American perspective, the American mentality is make more, spend more. Credit, get it, you know. And I'm a victim of it too, so that's why I'm not talking bad about people. I'm talking about myself at the same time. But there's a credit, get it. I make more, I spend more, you know. So there's not that. People focus more on the work-life balance, but they don't really focus on the financial life balance. Meaning if you work more, save more, invest more. But it's a crazy concept, but a lot of people they don't really think like that, because I consider that to be a part of financial intelligence. So say for example, I'm making $90,000, or realistically for a lot of people, I'm making $50,000 to $60,000. And then I get a promotion and I end up getting a $10,000 to $15,000 increase within my salary. So for most Americans means, cha-ching, I'm going to buy myself a new car, or I'm going to buy myself this new outfit, or I'm going to buy myself this new television, or I'm going to get this $1,500 computer. I mean, I could go on for days. Or I'm going to add on to my house, or I'm going to move out of this townhouse and move into a single family house, you know. So therefore my bills increase, and therefore the extra money really becomes a couple of bucks instead of a couple $100 extra dollars a year to a couple of $1,000 extra dollars a year saved and invested, you know, because that's the mentality of a lot of people. And hey, it's a free country, do what you do. I don't judge, I just putting things out there, because those are usually the main people talking about I ain't got no money, or I'm living paycheck to paycheck, why am I broke? And then they end up going on the internet complaining about it on a regular basis because they didn't want to utilize their financial intelligence, or they want to blame the government or blame a corporation, or, you know, it's like there's never any self-evaluations of one's life and one's spending habits, you know, when it comes to that, you know. And I know I've kind of gotten off track in regards to talking about the life of an entrepreneur, because to me it's like, you're not successful in life. You can have all the money in the world, but you're not successful in life if you're not waking up every morning happy to be alive. You're not successful in life if you are constantly working, whether it's just on a business, whether it's 2 to 3 jobs. You know, I mean, that's, for me, it's like the main reason why I'm pursuing my entrepreneurial journeys is this. I remember what it was like to work 2 jobs. I remember what it was like to work 3 jobs and never go anywhere. Go to work, come home. Go to work, come home. That was my life. And I did it for a reason, because I wanted to save money. Not spend it, but save it. You know, not having worry about a car payment, not worry about having a zero balance in my bank or a $25 balance in my bank account, just enough to keep it open, or $35, whatever the heck it is. You know, I didn't want to worry about those things. So that was the purpose of working those jobs, saving up for something special and to maintain and to never have to worry about really going without, you know. But I don't miss putting all those hours in, you know. Up to 80 hours a week just working for, you know, other people, 3 other companies all at the same time. I don't miss that. And owning a company, I don't mind putting a couple hours a day in, but I sure as heck don't want to work 80 hours a day for my company. In the beginning, yes, but once it's off the ground and once it's generating some money, that's when some of those duties need to get contracted out or shifted to other people so I can enjoy my life a little bit. You know, obviously stay engaged with the company and whatnot, but I need to be engaged with my life and enjoy my life, because I say it all the time. I'm sure people are tired of me hearing it. You got one life. Live it. And live it up to your standards and live it up to your ability. You know, if you put more time into just trying to enjoy things instead of trying to show off things, the quality of life can increase, because that's my thing. I mean, I'm sure Elon Musk, in his mind, and people like him, their quality of life is great. This isn't a downplay or a diss of any sort to people like Elon Musk or Elon Musk himself. I'm just saying what works for him doesn't work for me, and I'm sure what works for me would never work for him. But that's why he's where he's at. I'm not even trying to be on his level. I'm just trying to have a life that I don't have to vacation from. And I would imagine most people would want that at the end of the day, once they've gotten to the point of getting their finances straight and getting the money right and keeping the money tight. I always say that, because if you ain't focused on that, then to me, that's half of the battle. And then when your money's right and your money's tight, then you can do other things. So just like the book Rich Dad Poor Dad says, make your money work for you so you don't always have to work for it, because there's so many hours in a day. And like the movie Wall Street, money never sleeps. So what are you doing it for at the end of the day? So hope you guys enjoyed my rant. Definitely going to get my video out. I'm going to be posting a video every Wednesday. And the next video is going to be talking about, in a sense, what do you consider to be a baller? And I'm going to give what society's definition is of a baller, and then I'm going to give my definition of what a baller is. And obviously everybody has their own definition, so if you want to, please comment, share, subscribe, like, all that great stuff. I'm all about being engaged with people, because I don't just do it for me. I do it so I can engage and meet other people, because, you know, this is social media, so let's start socializing. All right, so take it easy. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share. And thanks to everybody that's been subscribed since the beginning. And can't wait to meet up with everybody once again. Take care.